Welcome to the What Are We Doing podcast with Johnny Carmack. I am Johnny Carmack, as you know, as you are watching this on my channel. So, first of all, we gotta address the first thing. Why am I doing a podcast? I'm doing a podcast because I've always wanted to do one. Pretty simple. I like listening to them, I like watching them. They're just like, they're good to have on when you're just listening, like just hanging out, just listening. If you got nothing to do, it's like hanging out with the people. So this podcast is not, I always get the question, what are you going to talk about? What is it for? What's the subject? There's no real direction with it. Like, it's not a serious podcast. It's not aimed to be informational. It's not aimed to be comedic. It's just basically we're hanging out. Me and you. As you see, there is space for another person or two. That kind of rhymed. There is space for another person or two. I will be having guests on the show. They won't necessarily be called guests. More like co-hosts, because they'll be here. Physically. They'll be right there. I might have some people call in, but probably not. Do a Zoom little thing, but probably not. I want it to be like in person. I like that. We're just sitting here, hanging out, conversating, associating. A little Raising Cane's tonight for dinner. But there's no real direction. It's kind of just like a little hangout session. Pretty random. Talk about just whatever, really. Right now, am I recording this? What day is it? September 4th. And it's 11:30 p.m. But there's not really a theme either. Just kind of do whatever. And also, this is going to be unedited, so just whatever that's recorded, that's what you're going to see. There's no holding anything back, anything. It's just raw, uncut. What you see is what you get. What happens here, you guys get it too. This is like, I need to put this up. Because I hear it every time I move, I hear it move against the wall. So that'll be adjusted. And I want to start out, or at least have a little section of each episode, have some addressing the comments. Because I like whenever podcasts do that, they address the comments from the viewers or the listeners. So if you guys have anything that you want to ask me or ask anybody sitting here, just go ahead and comment it down below. I read all the comments. I'm sure you guys see me interacting with the comments on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, DMs, Instagram. I'm always interacting, not just in my videos, in other people's videos too. I like having that like connection with you guys. But yeah, so I've been asking in my Instagram stories. You guys ask me questions, what you guys want to talk about. This is what it was for, this podcast, the What Are We Doing podcast with Johnny Carmack. Also want to shout out this merch, GVGT. This is the Good Vibes, Good Times t-shirt by AJ LaPrey. The link will be down below in the description. AJ, good friend of mine, he'll be on here pretty soon, I would imagine. But yeah, go check out his website, ajlapre.com. He's got sick merch. I'm always wearing the hoodie. I love this shirt. He's got a couple other things on there that I have everything of, but I love it all. So make sure you go check that out and check him out on his pages. So the number one question that I have gotten from you guys is, how did you meet 2Hype / start working for them? And that is the number one question, worded a couple different ways, but that's the premise of it. How did I get this job? How do I know them? So we'll start off with when I got the job. I got the job earlier this year, earlier 2021. How I got it. I interviewed and they hired me. But to clear things up right away, technically I don't work for 2Hype itself. I'm an employee of Bucket Squad, so I work directly for Jesse and Moochie. So how I got connected to them was through Jesse's cameraman Travis Fukumoto. How me and Travis are connected, this is like going backwards in time instead of forward in time. How me and Travis are connected is back in 2015, me and Travis were both freshmen in college. Me and Travis, well, we both went to the same school, obviously, in our dorms, and so like there's like this website that you go on to get a roommate, and you put your bio up and like all about you and stuff, and I read his and I was like, oh, me and this guy are super similar interests and stuff, so I'll try and roommate with him. So I messaged him, he's like, oh, I got a roommate already. So, but the room next to him was open, so I was like, oh, I'll take that one. And then we'll just hang out because we're next door to each other. So that'll work out fine. So it's like having a roommate I don't live with. So then I got another roommate. But so me and Travis, ever since 2015, our first year in college, we were neighbors our first year, and then we moved into an apartment together the following year. And we basically lived together for 2.5 years. In our first 2.5 years of college, and then I got a scholarship to go play football in Kansas, so I moved away. And then, so me and Travis always stayed close, closely connected, super good friends. I lived with them for 2.5 years. Then in 2019, I moved in with his family for the summer because I had an internship down here in SoCal, which, it just goes to show how close we were. I moved in with his family for a summer. And then that was, I think, right around then. No, he wasn't. I don't think he was working for Jesse yet in 2Hype and stuff. But shortly after, whenever I went back to school, I think 2020 he got hired. I think. Anyways, so that's how I got connected to it. They had an opening. He let me know. I applied. I interviewed, and they hired me. So that's how I'm here. So there's your answer, everybody. Your number one question. And I do not live in the Bucket Squad house or Jesse's house. I don't live there. I live on my own. We are actually in my living room right now. This is the living room of my apartment. This is my couch. Everything in here is mine. We're just hanging out in my living room right now. Me and you. Let's look at all the other questions. How old am I? I am 23 years old. I think that I have that in every one of my bios. 23. Am I mixed? What's my ethnicity? So I'm half white, half Filipino. Like, those are the two most things I am. I'm a bunch of things in between there, but those are my two biggest ones. Like, basically 50-50 is white and Filipino. My dad's white, my mom's Filipino. What else do we got in here in that world, I guess? Got a lot of people just saying, sup. What's up? I guess we can go here. My experience being on multiple state championship football teams. So, I did play football all 4 years of college. Well, I went to college for 4.5 years. But I played football for all my 4 years of eligibility. So how that happened was my first year of college, my first semester, I was not playing football. The school I went to did not have a football team. But as the time went on the first semester, I was like, man, I really miss playing football, and we don't have a football team. So I hit up the junior college down the street from our school and said, hey, I go to this school. I really want to play football. Is there any way I could play here while going to school at the school I go to now? And they said, yeah, I just got to sign a waiver, but I do got to go full-time credits at the junior college where I'm going to play football. So I agreed. So I did a full load at my university, and I did a full load at my junior college that I played at. So I was doing double loads for 2 years. And then so my first year playing there at the junior college, we won the national championship. So all the junior colleges in the nation, we were the best one. Then the next year, we won the national championship again. So we were back-to-back national champions. In my 2 years at this junior college, we went 25-1. So we had one loss in 2 years, and we won the national championship both years. And I didn't play a ton. I didn't play at all, really. I was the holder. Shout out to all the holders out there. I was a backup quarterback, and technically I was a wide receiver because I did play some wide receiver, but most of my playing time was in the fourth quarter of games at quarterback because we were just blowing teams out, and so I'd go in and just run the clock out basically. But since we were so successful, a lot of schools, tons of schools come out and they come out twice apparently. They come out and they watch practice, and so everyone gets recruited from the school because there's so many schools out there, and we're such a successful team. We got such good athletes. So I start getting recruited even though I don't have a ton of game film. Just from them seeing me at practice and what coaches say and stuff. And so I ended up going to a school in Kansas Wesleyan University, literally in the middle of Kansas, the middle of America, Salina, Kansas. Great town, great school, all that. So I get a scholarship there, and in my 2 years there, we lose 2 games total. So in my 4 years of college football, I lose 3 games. I think I was 50-3. 50 wins, 3 losses in my 4 years. So I was super blessed to be on really successful teams. My 2 years at Kansas Wesleyan, I was a much bigger contributor than I was at Fullerton College, where I was just basically the scout team quarterback. But at Kansas Wesleyan, I was a big part of what we did, and I met a ton of great people, coaches, players, staff, other people from other sports. I wouldn't trade it. I loved it there. The only thing that sucked was it was cold, and I got injured a lot that still affect me to today. But what are you gonna do? That's what it comes with, I guess, playing college sports. And then, so I graduated in 2019 from college, in December 2019. And then COVID happened, and now we're here, basically. Somebody asked me my favorite memory from college, and it's kind of weird because it feels like my college experience was separated into 2 different time periods, because I was in Southern California for 2.5 years, then in Kansas for 2 years. So it was 2 completely separate eras for me. And in my my SoCal years, it was I was going to the school, which had 38,000 people, and then I'd go, after my classes are done, I'd go to football practice, and when football practice is over, I'd drive back to my school. And then I'd go to the gym and play basketball and stuff with Travis and all of our roommates. And then whenever I went to Kansas, my school had 650, 700 people only. It was a private school, it's super small. The town's small comparison to California, but it's a bigger town in Kansas. But if I had to say what my best memories are, obviously living with Travis and our 3 other roommates, so we lived with 5 people in one apartment. Living there was one of my best memories of college. That, just our bonds that we created, and all the just stupid stuff we did. And then, but for football wise, my best memory is, believe it or not, is football practice. I know everyone hates practice. Every athlete, I hate going to practice. I don't want to go to practice because it's just so repetitive. You do it all the time, and it sucks. Like some practices are super hard, they're long, they're just not fun, they suck. But my favorite memories are from football practice in college, because just like the conversations you have, the plays you make, the things you see that you hear from other people, just like being with like your brother just out there is like the best thing. Like yeah, like football games are cool, but I played 4 years of football. I played a ton of games. So I went to the playoffs every year. I played 53 games or so. 53 games. It seems like a lot, but you practice every single day, and it's almost basically year round. And it's practice, meetings, workouts, lifts, film, and it's just there's an endless amount of them. It seems like when you're in it seems like there's an endless amount, but there's only a finite amount of times that you're doing that stuff, and it's just you spend most of your time doing that, and the minority of that time you're playing the games. So you create so many memories, so many memories in practice, and it's just the best times. Like I can remember practices like almost more vividly than games, because games like you don't really remember times that you don't get the ball, or you just oh yeah we won, but you don't remember the score or anything, which is also you never really remember the score unless it's like a significant game in your mind, but you really remember more like the energy and like the flow of that game. In practice, you like remember everything, because it's like basically you're just hanging out with your friends, having fun, doing what you want to do, and that's also a huge thing. Practice, you're like, oh, you're dragging out there. Like whenever I embrace like, oh, doesn't matter if you want to be there or not, you have to be there. So if you just have fun, like no matter what you're doing, like in sports, life, school, it doesn't matter. Have fun is the biggest thing. It makes everything so much easier. You actually are better at what you do when you're loose, having fun, instead of being a robot and like focusing on like, oh, I can't make a mistake, I have to do awesome. No one cares if you do bad, and no one cares if you do good. If you do good, great, you'll succeed and all that stuff. If you do bad, they'll find another person, or you can try again. As long as you're having fun, you will be doing better, because you're more loose, you're more ready to go, you're not worried. That's like when coaches tell you to play fast, they really mean that. Just go out there, have fun. If you're going to make a mistake having fun, being fast, just run around out there. But yeah, one side that got through my head, just go out there, have fun. There's a quote, if you're juiceless, you're useless. If you're juiceless, you're useless. And that's so true, because you're a human being, you have an ego, you have a personality, bring it with you. Like yeah, you're a team player, but what you have to contribute, you're the only person in the world that can contribute what you are. So you got to do that. Bring that every single day. Whether you're having a bad day, a good day, doesn't matter. Don't mask what you're feeling and all that stuff. Just go out there, do you, have fun, have a good time. Because yeah, like I remember always older people, like coaches or older players, ex-players, ex-coaches, they're like, have fun, like enjoy these moments, and you're like, yeah, whatever, it's just another practice, another Tuesday. But really, you only got so many times you can do that. So you gotta go out there and have fun and do what you gotta do. Yeah, like focus, and there's a time and place for joking around and stuff, but you don't have to joke around to be having fun. Just have fun. Do what you love to do. And I know that's probably a whole bunch of repetitiveness right there, but I remember one time in English class, they were like, repetition is emphasis. So I'm just emphasizing, just going out there, have fun. Because those are my best memories, going back full circle there. My favorite memories of college are just football practice, basically. Because you just make so many good times with your buds. Let's see another good question you guys had. How tall am I? I was measured at, I would say I'm 5'11", because I've been measured at like 5'10 and a half. I've also been measured at like 5'11 and 3/4. So I just say I'm 5'11". It's somewhere in there. But I'm 5'11". I'm 23 years old. I'm from California. Sounds like an introduction to like a reality show. My boy Rizzle says, go to takeaway. I assume that means take out. I would assume. But I mean, I had Cane's today. That's my favorite fast food. So that's like Cane's probably, I guess. I had that today. I had it like 2 nights ago as well. What else you got? Oh, Certified Lover Boy, Drake's new album just came out. Listened to that a whole bunch of times already. That is a great album. Yeah, everyone's like, oh, it's not as good as he could do or whatever, but the album's still good. It has a bunch of bangers, a bunch of hits, classics. Donda just came out also. I listened to like half of it. It's not really my cup of tea, but there's a couple good songs on there, and like you could tell it's like good music, but I'm just not my style, I guess. So I don't really, not too invested in that. But you guys voted on my poll on Instagram. It was like 76% or 79% or whatever voted for CLB. So you guys are big Drake fans. Hey, I don't make the rules. Favorite NFL team is the San Francisco 49ers, because I'm up from around the Bay Area. I'm from Santa Clara, California. Originally, I don't live there anymore, obviously. I live here in SoCal, in an undisclosed location. But, yeah, that's my favorite team. My favorite basketball team is the LeBrons. So whatever team LeBron's on, that's my favorite team. I was a Cavaliers fan, I was a Heat fan, I was a Cavaliers fan again. Now I'm a Lakers fan, so I'm the Los Cleveland. I don't know, I'm a LeBron fan. Bandwagoner, call it what you want. I'm going to root for the guy that I like, so I'm a LeBron fan. I do like the Warriors, they're good, but if they play each other in the finals like they did before, I'm a LeBron fan through and through, so I'll pick LeBron's. I also got to reset this camera right now, so about every time about halfway through the podcast, there's going to be a cut in the middle because I have to reset the camera because you can't have the camera run the whole time. So that's what I'm doing now. And we're back. Just to show that it's not edited. What else do you guys got for me in this first episode? Because I don't want to go through this every single time, like who I am, all that stuff. That's why I asked you beforehand, got any questions? Because I don't like the whole small talk thing where it's like, oh, introduce yourself, all that stuff. Even when I have my co-hosts or guests here, whatever you want to call them, I'm not going to do like the, oh, how you been? How are you? You doing good? How are there? You know, I'm not going to do that because me and the person already talked beforehand. So why am I going to do it again? Like we already did the small talk. So we're just going to get right into it. I'll introduce them and all that stuff, but the whole small talk thing is just not. And watching small talk is just so like, geez, get through it. My goodness. So I did the best college memory. My boy Trevor said Bush's original baked beans. How you made it to where you are today and where you plan to be in the future. So I did the how I made it to where I am. A couple questions about what I want to do in the future. What I want to do in the future, I don't know, and it doesn't really matter what you want to do in the future because you're right here in the present. There's no really need to worry about the future because it may come, it may not. And if you're thinking too much about the future or thinking too much about the past, you lose energy about focusing on the present. So I like thinking about the present because I didn't even know a year ago today I was going to be here. I didn't even know that. Heck, even the week before I got this job, I was signed on to be a coach out at my high school for football. So just opportunities arise and opportunities fall through, and you just go with the flow. Yes, you want to have a like some sort of goal or idea of what you want to do, but not really anything works out how you expect them to in your head or how you plan them out, because that's you playing it out biasly. So they don't really work out. Like, yeah, growing up when I was a little kid, I want to be a famous I want to be a sports athlete. And then I got a little older and I was like, well, I'm probably not going to be big enough to make it to the NBA or the NFL or the MLB. So I want to do something in sports, like a sports agent or like a GM, like scout type thing. And then I got to college and I was like, maybe I want to be like an actor or a writer. Like, that's more realistic for me and like more creative, because I've done sports my whole life, and so that's all I knew. And then when I got to college, I was like, I actually like doing this other stuff. So I tried that out for a little bit, and then I got a scholarship to Kansas. So then I went to Kansas, and that's so like the acting and writing had to get put on hold. So then I was like, well, what am I gonna do? So I majored in sports. I graduated with my major in sports management, and I double minored in athletic coaching and exercise science. So it's like super sports heavy what I got my degree in. And then I got a job out of college in the city I grew up in as a recreation specialist. So I was organizing like summer camps basically and like youth programs. I feel like I got burp. Sweet tea getting to me. I'm good though, I think. Yeah, I'm good. And then COVID happened and I got laid off, unfortunately, like a ton of people did. So that makes it wasn't like, oh, I was doing a bad job, I got laid off. It was COVID. What? Oh, and so then I started writing because I had a ton of free time. So I started writing a screenplay, which I don't think really anybody knows really. So I started doing that. I wrote like the first 16 pages or so. And then I was like, oh, I'll take a break after the first act, which is the first 16 pages for me. And then I took a break and I just never went back to it because I just kind of like lost interest in it. I read it back and I was like, it's kind of like corny, but like what movie isn't? But really what it was going to be about, it was like, you always see movies about high schoolers, like coming of age, or you see movies about like young adults, like already out of college, like starting their career, like all cool. But there's like that time from when you're like 17 to 22, when you're in college, that just never is documented in a movie. So I was writing about that basically. And I like the idea of it, but I don't know if I'm the right person to write about it. But it's a great idea if you want to write that. Whoever, let me know. I'm willing to help and pitch some ideas. But, so I just took a break and I never got back to it. And then fast forward a few months, and then I got this job. So you just never know like what the future holds for you. So what are my goals? I mean, I could say I want to go to the moon. The odds are probably not. I could say I want to be like in the field I'm in now. Of course I'd love to be successful on YouTube, but I could set that as a goal and work toward it, and you guys help make it happen. But if another opportunity arises or this fails or falls through, then it's like I'm just focused on that and it didn't happen. So now, oh no, what am I gonna do? So that's just one way to look at like goals and stuff. But as of right now, I hope my YouTube channel or social media or whatever, I hope that's what I'm focused on right now. Getting that, like growing this community that we're in right now. Wow, I just lost something I was just gonna say. I don't know, I was gonna say something, I forgot. It'll probably come to me eventually. Interesting. Man, this is really bugging me. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, so I want you guys to have a big part in this adventure we're going on. This podcast, What Are We Doing, with Johnny Carmack. And I didn't want to put by Johnny Carmack. I wanted to say with Johnny Carmack because it's you guys are along with me and the guests and hosts are with me. It's like we're all doing it together, really. So I want you guys to comment like questions or ideas that we can do, or even just regular video ideas outside of the podcast. But like, who do you want to be on here? I know everyone's gonna say Jester or Moochie. Like, I know. You guys have all told me before they're gonna be on. They'll be on periodic. We'll set a goal for them to be on. I'll have Travis on, Jeff on, Efron. There'll be a whole bunch of people on here that you guys will like, and I want you guys to chip in like questions you have for them and all that stuff. But I'll let you know when they're going to be on so you can send me the questions. So don't just flood it with questions about, oh, ask Jester this, and he's not going to be on for a while. So there's no need to do that now. But ask me questions. I mean, you ask me anything. We can talk about anything on here. Sports, relationships, not politics, not religion. So those are the only two things. No politics, no religion on here. But anything else you can talk about, or you can ask me about, and I'm an open book, and I'll answer any questions. Is there anything else about me that I know you guys would ask or want to know? I mean, you guys know all my social media links are down below in the description. AJ's merch will be down below in the description. If you guys ever have any questions on where I got stuff, you just comment and I'll put it in the description. Because I know I have wore AJ stuff before in my Instagram pictures. So I like the headband. And then I tagged him. My friend Gohan also does shirts. He has a little head on the shirt right here. And I tagged him in my Instagram before. But if you guys have any like merch you want to send me, I'm more than happy to just wear it. And it'll be in pictures or in videos or whatever. But I love getting free clothes if they're cool. So if you got any merch or anything that you want to send me, DM me on Instagram. I read all my DMs or comments or whatever. But I get a lot of them from you guys. So I try to respond to as many as I can without it like taking up a ton of my day. But I'm pretty interactive with you guys. So if you have any merch, or you have an older brother or cousin or anybody, or you know someone that has merch that they want to show off, hey, I'm a walking billboard. I wear Nike constantly, and I'm not even wearing any Nike right now, so that's pretty crazy. Got the newbies. I don't even know where these shorts are. Probably like Target or something. Black LA hat. But yeah, I'll do merch. Sure. Send it over. Or talk to me about it first, then I'll tell you to send it. So this episode will be coming out. Let me see the calendar. This will be coming out sometime in the week of September 6th to September 10th. This will be coming out. And my goal, well, I should have said this in the beginning. My goal is to do this podcast once a week, so I'll have one video a week at least. It'll be a podcast episode, and then my plan is to have another one video a week, whether it's like a rebuild for Madden or 2K, or just any type of Madden or 2K video. You guys let me know what you guys want to see also for that. So my goal is to have 2 videos a week, just like an outside video, and then a podcast episode a week. I think that'll be good. I won't be too stretched out. This doesn't have any editing to do. And then my other videos I send out to an editor. I don't edit my own videos, in case you guys didn't know. I don't know how to do that. So I send it out to somebody to do it. Every person who makes my thumbnail and edits my videos, their links are always going to be down below in the description of the video that they do. So make sure you check out my videos, the descriptions of them. Because the production people who help me out with those, they do a great job. And I know someone commented that my video, like the quality is risen. That's nothing to do with me. It's all the editors and the thumbnail designers and stuff. So big shout out to those guys. The last few videos I did were I'm Hybrid edited them. My first few, Trevor edited them. Then all my thumbnails so far are my type. My Type of Edit. Go check out all their stuff. Just go in one of my videos. They're all tagged in them. But also for these episodes, I think, because right now we're like around 30 minutes, I would say. But I don't want them to be like, I want them to all be at least under an hour, because that's just a long time, I think. So somewhere between 40 to an hour is probably what we're gonna go for. Also, I'm gonna have a, let's not say that right now. We'll see on that. We'll table that. Yeah, so this will be coming out right now. I'm excited. I wouldn't say I'm scared of doing this, because I'm literally just in my apartment alone, just talking to the camera. Talking, like thinking to myself and talking, saying my thoughts out loud. I'm excited to see where this goes, if it goes anywhere. I think it's good for me. You guys get to see what it's like, see what I'm like, or what my guests are like, not in a video format. So I like knowing that, and you guys like getting to know us. Mouth really dry, huh? It's like I'm talking for 40 minutes straight. Also, Boruto is coming out in 2 hours or so. I'm fully caught up on Boruto. A lot of hate on that anime. That is actually a super good show, and it ties in directly with Naruto and Shippuden, and Boruto goes direct, basically like it's right in a row. And it's actually a super good show. It gets a lot of hate on the internet. I don't know why. It's super good. Naruto Shippuden is my favorite anime. Like Naruto Shippuden, Boruto, my favorite anime. And then my second one is Sword Art Online. Also gets a lot of hate on the internet. I loved that show. And I just watched the movie like 2 or 3 nights ago, because I just forgot to watch it. And then I was like, wow, this is so good. And so I started rewatching the show. But check that out. My boy Kirito, Asuna, Yui. Great peeps. I will also watch Demon Slayer. Good. Can't wait for season 2. The villain looks like Michael Jackson. There's the burp from earlier. Me and Travis also, we tested out this podcast, and we got a little like 18-minute episode. Episode 0. So this right now is episode 1. Episode 0. Me and Travis did it, where we just kind of tested out. There was no direction for it. So if somewhere down the line we feel like we want to release that episode, or you guys demanding it, we'll set a goal for that eventually, and we'll release that. But that'll be like a little surprise, a little gift. And eventually I'll be doing giveaways. After I get to 5,000 subs, I'll do a giveaway. I'll like make an announcement I'm doing a giveaway. So make sure you follow me on Instagram, because I'll like be talking a lot through Instagram, my stories. So make sure you follow me on Instagram at the Johnny Carmack. I mean, you guys, all my links are down below, so just go to those, or all my like usernames and stuff. So make sure you go follow me there, because after I get to 5,000 subs, I'll be doing a giveaway, and then I'll be doing a couple other giveaways as we keep going and growing. Just to be doing giveaways, so that benefits you guys. I can't wait to see how this channel does, and how this podcast does, and just where things go. I'm excited. I can't wait to go on this journey with you guys. And like this video, subscribe, comment, let me know what you want to see, all that stuff. And maybe we'll have outro music on this right now, but if not, see you later. Thanks for watching.